Was it the right decision to move to England? I dragged you here. What do you like about England? What do you not like about England? Piss sticks. I'm in denial that I have to push. Just try and go to sleep, sweetheart. Try and go to sleep. Daddy's coming.
What is it? Your ears blocked?
Yeah, I don't like it. It feels nice.
Go wee wee.
We'll be starting momentarily.
Hurry,
Amen.
Okay.
2 bags.
How now, brown cow?
Kyle's warming up.
The arsonist was denied a bank loan.
How now, brown cow? Right, I'm drinking.
And welcome to our
YouTube
channel.
We just moved to England with my
Very American.
husband, our US Marine husband. He even has a USMC glass. If that's a glass.
Yeah,
Is that your emblem?
It is, yeah. William just taught me the name for this, and I just
Emblem.
forgot it. No, this type of a dram.
My brother's very knowledgeable. I'm
What's the name?
drinking
Type of
room
glass?
temperature wine with lots of ice because I've drank my cider and during setup. Anyway, we're going to answer some questions that people have been asking us. And I've been away from YouTube for a little bit because, I'm going to be honest guys, I had to move my AdSense from the USA to the UK. YouTube just takes so long to edit and I'm not putting it out there without getting paid. Keeping it real.
I think this is my second Chinese since we moved.
Since we moved, yeah.
Those are my beef noodles.
Oh, that's just a big thing of sauce. And British Chinese food is a bit different because, I don't know, I read somewhere it's because a lot of our Chinese food has inspiration from Hong Kong because we have a lot of Hong Kong immigration.
When you say you read somewhere, do you mean you saw it on TikTok?
Indeed.
Yeah. Take a sip.
Should we start off with the first question, just while we like...
Did people ask questions?
Yeah, I put it on my Instagram stories.
When?
Oh my God, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
I just want to say, like, I feel like we're having such a moment because we have 2 microphones. When I first started my YouTube, I only bought one because I was like, I'm not going to spend all that money on 2 microphones if my YouTube doesn't take off.
Here we are, 2 microphones.
2 microphones. While we were in the US, we used to always do this with Popeyes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Popeyes is so good.
Pour one out for the Popeyes nights in
Popeyes
bed.
is in the UK, but we just don't have one near us. We don't have like any... We do have some, but fast food is not really a big thing in my town. So we have Domino's. We had Domino's yesterday. Or we watched Inside Out 2. And we have like a big service station. Even the kebab shop's closed down. But there's not much fast food around, but even the good Chinese closed down from the next town. So we're struggling in my area a little bit right now, but I have high hopes.
You think a Popeyes is going to move in down by the service station?
You'd never get Popeyes here. Maybe in the service station. We just got a Greggs in the Sainsbury's petrol station and it is very exciting.
What is the service station you're talking about?
There's a service station on the M25 junction. We'd never go there. Yeah. Only because like who hangs out on the motorway, but you know, it's a good service station. It has McDonald's. Oh my God, okay, let's have a prawn cracker first. No, prawn toast.
What the flip is that?
It's like,
I've not had one of those.
Oh, it's literally like...
Is it a BAP?
It's mushed prawns.
Is this like your version of a crab rangoon?
Kind of. Except crab rangoon has a lot of Philadelphia on it. Cream cheese.
I think in some places it's just cream cheese. There's no crab in it.
Oh, these are actual prawns.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't had one of these.
That's good. That's a very popular side. I would say the Chinese food in the UK and America is like same, but just slightly different.
It's just different enough to know you're in a different place.
Right. But it's the same like idea, like there's noodles and rice.
Yeah. That was perfectly fried though.
Really good.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Oh, a lot of people are asking how we met. So should we just do that really quick?
Oh, we're doing this one again.
I'll do it because you take a long time to talk. You just go into too many details.
I'll jump in if I need to.
Okay. We met in Dubai. I was Emirates cabin crew. Carl was US Marines. He was there for 1 year. I was already there for like 4 years or something at that point. We met in an Irish brunch. If you know, you know. In Dubai, you do like a brunch for like 4 or 5 hours, whatever. I think this was a mega brunch as well. at McGettigan's JLT. It's a classic. Anyway, we met because he was there with a bunch of Marine guys who'd been there 2 weeks. I was there because I knew someone who was also a contractor, ex-military, and then we just sort of met there. And we had to go to America. We sort of met, and then we were like, okay, if this is gonna happen, we have to get my visa quite quickly, or apply for it, because we didn't know how long US visas take. So we started planning probably about 4 or 5 months in. Yeah. We don't have to do specific to the day. Yeah.
I was just thinking about it.
And then we moved to America because he was still US military. And when you're in the military, you can't just like quit. You can't be like, sorry, I'm done. So we had to go back to America, and we thought it was going to be like awesome. We were there for 5 years, and now we're in England. I went to America on a K1 visa, which is like 90-day fiance. But actually it's funny, we landed in America. I was already 20 weeks pregnant with Sophie. We got married the next day because we needed medical insurance. And in the US, as you know, it's very important to have medical insurance. And I was pregnant, so we were like scared that something would happen and like we'd lose all our money. And now we're here. And Kyle's on a
Spousal visa
in the UK. So he can work, do whatever. And that didn't take long.
No.
It was
the
so
US
quick.
visa process
Took
was
so
like,
long.
was what, 9 months?
Yeah.
Maybe
and
longer.
then getting just nine months to like get the visa, and then plus the green card took like even longer.
No, it was more than that, because you came over almost right when you got, so I think it took almost a year to get.
And then plus
that
another year to get my green card. So I literally moved to America. I couldn't leave the country because I hadn't got my green card, and you can't do in and out of America. And then COVID hit. So I literally got my green card, and then COVID hit. So then I couldn't go back to England. So I was like stuck in America, not even being able to come home for 2 years.
It was a while, yeah.
Yeah. And then as soon, like literally the week they lifted the ban, I was on a flight, mask. I was out there. I just wanted to be at home. I had to like quarantine in the house for like 2 weeks. I like couldn't leave. But I was just like sat on the sofa. Mum would bring me stuff. With Sophie. Sophie had to quarantine with me.
Yeah.
And,
My visa to get here took like 42 days.
And it was like all online. In the US, there was a lot of paperwork.
A lot of paperwork. We mailed everything in. I did everything online, and then...
What do you like about England? Oh my God, I just got egg fried rice. I thought I got special fried rice.
There's a lot to like about England. I really like England. Where we live in particular, there are a lot of things that are very convenient. Now I say that with the caveat that like I couldn't order a Buffalo Wild Wings to the house if I wanted to. And things shut quite early, except like the local Sainsbury's. Yeah,
we have like a little Sainsbury's.
Which is great.
Really nice to have in case you need like kitchen roll.
But being able to just walk out the front door and know that you can like go get necessities walking and be back in 5 minutes is really great. Also, everything's like just quite condensed anyway.
Chicken bowls.
So even if you're driving, the thing that I say to a lot of people is like the average day, if you're just going to do an activity in the US, it's probably like a 25-minute drive, 25, 30-minute drive. Here, that equivalent is like 8 minutes.
Everything's like 8 minutes
Everything's
away.
8 to 12 minutes away.
In the US, everything is 30 minutes away.
Yeah, a 30-minute drive here is
oh my God,
like you're gone for the day.
Oh my God, it's such a day
but
trip.
it's just like you're out and back in the US.
In the US, it was like swimming lessons.
Right.
I could never imagine driving 30 minutes to a swimming lesson here. It just would never happen.
Yeah.
Whereas here, swimming is like 6-7 minutes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that I like the most so far about England is like the convenience and how condensed it is.
We moved, by the way, we were in Virginia, which hindsight's a thief, isn't it? We loved Virginia. We were in Northern Virginia, and then our best friends were in Southern Virginia. So it was funny. I feel like Virginia should be 2 states because they are like polar opposites in the north. So we were just by DC. We lived in Alexandria. We didn't live in the nicest area of Alexandria, but we could get to the nicer area of Alexandria. We were just by Fort Belvoir, but we had Costco was our neighbour. Costco was literally less than a mile, and we lived off that Costco pizza.
Yeah. I got a Costco pizza here for the first time, what was it, 2 weeks ago? And it was like, it just washed over me like...
Kyle really enjoyed himself. Someone actually wrote on my TikTok they'd never seen you happier.
I can't describe the feeling of nostalgia that came
Yeah, but it was
over
the same.
me.
I feel like Costco for you here is like me going to the Lucky Shamrock.
Yeah.
Was like going to the Irish shop.
There was also a part of it that was like, you remember before you moved to the US, I was in my apartment and I would always, every Friday, I went and got a Costco pizza and that was it. And then,
well, we were really trying to save money then as well.
Yeah,
and you would have Costco frozen chicken and broccoli.
Yeah, like from a non-physical, geological aspect, the community in England is really great. It's very different. Like everybody in Sophie's school, the parents are
Everyone's
all
like, "Do you wanna go to the
incredible. Yeah, everybody hangs out. It's very easy to just like text people and get together. It felt much more like organized and not even organized.
You have to like really in advance people.
What's the word I'm looking for? Let me think of it for a second. You can obviously just cut all this.
Yeah.
Shit. The US Hangouts felt a lot more orchestrated, like you had to put a lot more pre-planning into it.
Well, also because everything was so far away. Like we would be going to people that were like an hour, 2 hours away. Whereas here, like everyone lives here.
Everyone lives really close, and you just like see people on the high street.
You can do like 5 different things in one day.
You make really quick plans. It's much more convenient, and it lends itself to everybody just being a little bit closer emotionally, or whatever.
My mum is gonna be really happy about this Tupperware.
Oh yeah.
Because my mum loves.
We have about 9 of those in one of the drawers behind Caroline.
Because I was doing.
We ran out.
We ran out because I was doing Georgie's lunches over summer, and I mean she probably threw them away, but.
Yeah.
Reuse your Chinese. Kyle asked for.
Fried beef noodles.
Fried beef noodles.
We
need to get some chopsticks around here. Although you probably don't know how to use chopsticks. Sophie's going to love that tomorrow.
If she gets any.
Oh. He left the dog outside. It's cold.
Missy loves being outside. She spends the whole day out here.
In the daytime, Kyle. Goodness. She's not a vampire. We moved our dog from the USA to the UK. Missy was our most expensive part of the move. Like of a lump sum. Missy.
By a lot.
A lot. Like double the flights.
More than that, I think, yeah. Like triple the flights.
What do you not like about England?
The roads.
We have touched on this. I think it was on a YouTube, so we won't go too heavily into Carl's hatred for hedges. Hedgerows.
I love hedgerows. Let me just say, save the bees.
You're saying that only because people came for you in the comment section saying that it's all about the bugs.
Oh, I know it is.
And also Kyle, when Kyle moved to England, Kyle was like, on Apple weather, you can see how good the air quality is. The air quality in the UK.
I thought they sent you like shredded duck. They just send you the half duck.
No, so if now you shred it. So if they send it to you shredded, I feel like it's always really dry. You can ask for it to be shredded, but it comes out really dry.
But it's like a 1 or 2 here. So if it's not, if it is if it's the same scale, it was always like 30 something in Quincy.
Goodness.
I don't have anything against the hedgerows.
But I have to say, when we lived in Quincy, there was like no trees.
There were very few trees.
And we lived on the beach, but actually there were like signs up where you couldn't swim in the water or go in the water at certain times of the year because it's got all like the sewage from Boston.
I have nothing against the hedgerows. I love the hedgerows. I love the bees. Save the bees. I love the bugs.
You're saying that about the bees. My mum is very passionate about
All I've
bees.
ever said is that some of the hedges could be
do with a trim
6 inches off the road. They're just on the road. They could just sit back a little bit. And at this point, it's not even the hedgerows. They're just like weird parts of the road where it gets narrower.
With the hedges. Oh,
no, in general.
I think it's because it's like people's houses and stuff.
No, think about...
Kyle thinks that we should just get rid of people's land and we should just put fences. Okay.
Obviously an exaggeration, but when you're driving...
You did suggest that the other week.
I never said get rid of anything.
No, you said, why don't people just give up like a metre of their land?
Not even. 6 inches. I said 6 inches. The hedgerows are 3 feet deep. They could give up 6 inches.
Anyway, Carl's really upset about the hedges.
No, I'm upset about how dangerous the driving is. It's not the hedges.
Kyle, we just moved from Massachusetts. Are you actually calling the driving here dangerous?
There are some people who are a bit reckless about how close they get in those hedge areas.
People are very secure about how
fast they can go in very tight areas.
Really tight areas. Because in the US, obviously, everything's really big and the roads are like real infrastructures.
The easiest way to think about it is...
Whereas here, they're really tiny. We have some roads that have just one lane for 2 ways, and some people they're very confident.
The easiest way to think about it is people from the Northeast in the United States driving in snow. That's how people here are driving on tiny,
like confidence.
silly roads. Yeah. But it's an arrogance. It's an
I
overconfidence
feel like
that
moving
is
from
going to get people
Massachusetts-
smashed into bits.
But there's no crashes. You don't see crashes though, do you? Have you seen one crash? I've not seen one crash.
I don't leave the house much.
Goodness, Carl, people are going to think I've had you. While Kyle's upstairs doing the kids, I'm going to show you how to make a duck pancake. I never found these in the US, but I have heard that if you they call it something else, but you have to go somewhere specific. Like for us, this duck is in you wouldn't find a Chinese restaurant without this. But in the US, you have to really go look for it, which I didn't. You take your pancake. You're going to take your hoisin sauce. Or is it plum sauce? I think it's hoisin sauce. You're going to dribble a little on your pancake. I can't get it open. You get always cucumber and some onions. So I'm going to put some cucumber in there. I'm going to put some onions in there. And then you take your duck. You shred it with a fork. Oh shit, that just went fucking everywhere. And then that is your little duck wrap. So good. You can eat a bit. I'm actually going to go dead cold. Oh, that's going to need to go to the dry cleaners. Bloody hell. Not a good idea, was it?
Oh, I like these.
Yeah, chicken balls. We went to put sweet and sour sauce with it.
I don't love that the only things that are open late are like Tesco and Sainsbury's.
Oh, Sainsbury's isn't even open late.
The
I think it
local
closes at 10.
The local Sainsbury's is open till 11.
Like after midnight, there's nothing open.
Yeah, I said
You have to plan more here.
the walking convenience is great, but if you're in a bit of a bind
And like
at night, it's like
Sunday,
with kids
most
and
things
stuff,
are
yeah,
closed.
it's tough. It's tougher.
Do you want some seaweed? It's just crispy.
Yeah.
I like to sprinkle it on my rice.
When we lived in Virginia, the fast food we could get was just
Oh my
out
god,
of
yeah,
this
but we
world.
had like Peruvian food.
the
and-
Peruvian chicken, the
Oh my god, we
Buffalo
had
Wild
this little
Wings,
like
all the
hut that had a little
pizza
chimney coming out the
places.
top. Oh.
Because everything's so like town by town. Like I'd feel weird ordering stuff from like the next town over. Here, I don't know.
Are you scared you're going to offend our town?
I'm scared I'm going to offend somebody in the town, who will then see me on the street and give me the stink eye.
What's the strangest Britishism for you? I have one, I think.
I'll let you say what you think.
Table manners.
I still feel like to an extent that's just your family.
It's not.
You
should have a knife and a fork in your hand.
No, to know that your guys' stinginess about them is not, it's the exception, not the rule. Most British people in their table
let's
manners
take it to the comment section.
are normal.
Like what? You should...
I'm not saying you
knife
should
and the
eat
fork.
like a slob.
No, not of course, but you struggle with the idea of a knife and a fork in your hand.
I mean, I don't. I'm leaning right now, so I don't have my knife in my hand.
No, but normally you would have a knife, would you? Would you not? No, you wouldn't.
I've been married to you for long enough that I know I'd get yelled at if I didn't.
Yeah, but if you and me weren't married, you wouldn't eat this with a knife. You wouldn't even get a knife out of the cupboard. Because I've been to your family's home and they don't take knives out. And you would, when we lived with your parents, they would only have forks on the table and you would go and get me a knife.
A knife in the US is a cutting implement.
So if the meal doesn't
if it doesn't
to be
need
cutting,
cutting,
you will not take it.
you
So
don't
like
necessarily need a
pasta,
knife.
you would never have a knife in your hand.
I have to say my favorite, this isn't the strangest one, but my
Like oopsie,
favorite.
like sayings. Is it a saying?
Yeah, it's a saying.
Okay. Like bits and bobs.
The way that they casually throw around the term legend in the UK is a real ego boost.
What was the word that you learnt? Carl just went to Scotland with my brother.
Scenes.
Say again?
Scenes. Something scenes. That means it's really good.
Carl got back from a 5-day golf trip with my brother and his friends. So one of the friends dropped out because they just had a baby. Hi, baby. And so Carl got in. Carl has never been so excited in his whole entire life because not only did Carl get in on the golf trip, he is also the other seat to my brother's Chelsea season tickets to Carl's in. So anyway, he just came back from the trip and he starts going, we were like doing something and he goes, he didn't even say anything, he just dropped it in going, yeah, that's scenes. And I was like, what the fuck?
I was the best one is I was walking back to the house. This guy literally just said, hey, is that alleyway between those buildings to the high street? And I said, yes. And he went, legend mate. And I went, me, a legend. The second time it happened, all I did was sign for a delivery.
Oh, yeah.
A guy was dropping a box and he took a picture of it and he went, all right, can you just sign here? And I did my finger on the doodle pad and he went, yeah, all right, legend, and walked away.
He actually, I remember when that happened, he came back into the living room and went,
Yeah.
he just called me a legend.
Like, being a legend in America is a really big deal. You have to do something either
You're like
really awesome or
Maggie Smith.
really stupid.
No, you could just do anything that's beneficial to someone. Legend.
Legend, yeah. I
I would
really
say-
like that one.
I would say more men say that. I would say that's like a man. He can't leave.
I'm not going up again. Either you can go or you can deal with him suffering.
Christ.
I think it's actually funnier if I don't say anything nice about her. So, just us. No, the move's been great. I'm ready to get back to work. I think everybody in the house is probably ready for me to get back to work, including myself. But it's been awesome. Couldn't have asked for a better spot to land. I'm going to eat my words here, and I'm probably going to repeat this later in the broadcast, but people who talk shit about the UK weather, not here. I run hot. I run very hot. So in Freedom units, the 58 to 62 degree temperature it's scenes. And that's where we've been hovering for a while now. We have some warmer days. We've had a couple colder days, but in general, it's between 58 and 65. It's been rainy the last, couple weeks, but when I first got here, it was sunny, all the time. Weather was incredible. People keep going, oh, have you had a British winter yet? No, and we also live in the South, where I know the weather's a bit better. Big fan of the weather. Oh, she's coming back. So yeah, she's really wonderful. She's made all the right decisions for our family, and she never makes any mistakes. Oh, hey.
Well, I just told him that if he doesn't go to sleep, he gets no croissant in the morning. And he was going, croissant. My mom's been teaching him to say croissant instead of croissant. Croissant.
I feel a bit icky walking into a bakery and going, can I have a pain au chocolat? It's so
You want to
douchey.
say chocolate croissant?
No. I would say pan chocolate.
This is for both of us. Is there anything you guys miss? I think all the things that we miss are really materialistic. I don't miss anything that's of importance. I miss my car. I had a Tahoe. I miss drive-throughs.
I don't miss the car anymore now that we have our car. I like our car.
Yeah, I like our car. But
I miss my truck.
No, the truck
Much
was disgusting.
bigger difference.
Drive-throughs, yes, there are drive-throughs in the UK, but unless you have been to America, in our town in America, everything was drive-through. Laundry, ATM. Not that I get out cash much, apart from when you need to get your nails done. Everything was drive-through. And here where we live, we would have to drive maybe 20-ish minutes to get to any drive-through. So for us, there's no drive-throughs, Whereas in America, we literally had a McDonald's. We had a McDonald's, we had a Panera. There was so much was drive-through.
Yeah.
We have no drive-throughs here. I miss materialistic crappy shit. Chicken
People
wings.
back home and being in the same time zone and stuff. One thing I was not prepared for, and this is the first time this is coming out, so this is an exclusive. We're very appreciative of Caroline's mother and the fact that we're staying with her.
We miss our own space.
Well, there's that, but
Yeah.
this house is a black hole of Wi-Fi and cell service.
We have service.
The daily struggle I go through. No, I don't. I did a lot of research. The Wi-Fi, fun fact, there is a website, and this is a good thing. There is a website in the UK that you can go to that is basically the fiber provider in terms of the cables for all of the UK. And they'll tell you exactly when you're gonna get gigabit internet. Until that happens in the town that we live in, we are operating on 60 megabytes per second max speed. That is 2006 internet, okay? So if somebody's watching Netflix or Caroline's uploading a video, the fucking Wi-Fi
Everything's
just
gone.
falls apart. It falls apart, everything's gone.
My mum gets so annoyed with me if I start scrolling on TikTok and we're watching like a BBC drama.
Thinking about it right now, I'm getting warm. My body is warming up. It's
Internet.
infuriating.
Internet is not fast.
Oh, it's infuriating. I brought
Kyle's a gamer.
I brought 2 things from the US. I brought my Xbox and I brought my golf clubs.
And your wife and your children, Kyle.
Obviously, we're talking materialistic things. You kept saying it's going to be materialistic, and
I
it
let
is.
you bring your clothes.
You didn't give me any space to put them.
So you can't get on the like chat thing when you like shout at people.
No.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That was a big part of your social life. And then you say when you kill someone, it only gets like a few seconds that you get to like yell at them. It's only a few seconds you get to yell at them, and then
So
you'll
you
get
just
some
yell really
12-year-old
fast.
be like, "Fuck you, fucking prick,"
Yeah. Way worse than that, but yeah.
and they'd be like kids.
Not me yelling at kids.
No, kids would be yelling
me.
at him.
Yeah. In our really meaningful day-to-day life stuff, it's the same shit, isn't it?
Is there anything you notice that's randomly very different / the same?
The toilets in the UK are uncloggable. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they figured out about plumbing that the US just hasn't figured out. I've been here long enough to go through
You
some
used to always clog
situations.
the toilet in America.
Yeah, I've been through some
And
situations.
you've lived in many places.
And they're not even super powered either. It's just the way that they're.
Have you noticed as
Not
well
the
the
pipes are
water
designed,
is
but-
really low in the UK?
Yeah.
And the water in the US is really high in the toilet.
The pizza is all different. I don't care who you think you are or how you think you're making pizza. The pizza's all different. Not in a bad way.
Carl doesn't
It's
like
just
Pizza
different.
Express. I love Pizza Express.
I don't not like Pizza Express. I just think you have this weird reverence for it.
It's because it's easy. It's down the
It's
road
great,
and it's
yeah.
and it's kid friendly.
And I've got another one.
Go
Contactless.
everywhere.
Caroline used to be like, everything's contactless in the UK, and I was like, there's plenty of stuff here that's contactless. No.
It's not the same.
You are more likely to find a place that doesn't accept cash
Yeah,
than a
cash
place
is really becoming a
that doesn't
non-thing.
take contactless in the UK. And it's not just like card taps. Everywhere, like if I ever see a card, I rarely see a card during the day. Everybody's on phones.
Yeah.
It's just tap,
You
tap,
know,
tap,
a lot of
tap.
people don't even go out with their wallets anymore. It's just not a thing. And a lot
Yeah.
of places, since COVID, there's no cash. Where in the US, a lot of stuff still runs on cash. A lot of people work for cash in the US.
It was really weird when we got our car.
That they wouldn't take cash.
No, they did take cash. Well, not like, it was really weird when we got our card. They sent us, here's how much you owe. And it was like, just do a bank transfer. For that amount of money, typing in like 2 numbers, the sort code and the account number, and just hitting send. In the UK, they don't have Venmo or any of that because all of the banks are connected.
Trust each other.
So
Yeah,
all you
William
need
was
is
saying this,
all you
wasn't
need
he?
is a sort code and account number, and no
you
matter
just
what bank
transfer.
they have, it just sends the money. It's,
Instantly.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's a much better system.
In the US, there was Zelle.
That was surprising, huh?
In the US, there was Zelle. It's sort
That
of
was
like
a USAA thing, though. It wasn't only USAA, but not every bank does Zelle.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
think.
as if Zelle was for every single bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of questions about British food. So that's all I've written, was there are lots of questions about British food. Kyle loves the crisps and dip.
Oh,
We're back. We had a
battery died.
battery die, but I am now such a YouTuber. I have spares. These cameras, I've got the Sony, whatever, I just
Like
typed into Google,
ZS1.
runs out of battery so quick.
The dips here are categorically inferior.
Oh, I just bought you dip today.
It's good, but the variety of dips.
I won't waste
like,
my money, Kyle.
No. Think about when
Do you know
we
what? No, let's be
here
honest,
we
Carl.
go.
What do you miss? You miss buffalo chicken dip.
That's a big one.
Okay, they don't have buffalo chicken dip,
No.
but we have.
Think about
we
going
have-
into Wegmans. They had the buffalo chicken dip. They had the bacon and chive dip.
Yeah,
they had
Carl,
the
and they
pimento
cost
dip.
about $10 each. They were
Doesn't
so
matter.
expensive.
Doesn't matter. The dips are better.
Sure.
The dips are better. The chips, potato chips, crisps. However, it's the exact opposite.
So good.
Categorically superior in the United Kingdom. The
So many
flavors.
options.
I mean,
So many flavors.
walking into
They have make a flavor out of anything.
a supermarket and seeing like beef Longhorn crisps.
Beef Wellington, Willy Wonky.
I'm like, what the fuck did that even taste like?
Pickly dickly.
It's just like they took a filet mignon and they ground it into a powder and then dumped it on a potato chip. I do have to say though, there's one issue I have with it.
Oh.
The variety of crisps that you have that are somehow called cheese and onion is
Careful.
I love cheese and onion crisps. I'm not saying I don't. However, you've got like mature cheddar and green onion. Then you've got cheese and onion. Then you've got like some other cheese and red onion. It's a cheese and onion chip. We got it. They're good. They're great. I love them.
I miss Tato's. I miss the Irish shop, to be honest. The giddiness I would get from going to the Irish shop.
Yeah, that's me in Costco.
Yeah, it's gonna be you in Costco.
The fucking smoked paprika crisps. Good
So
night.
good.
Good night, Kyle.
Do you like that everything's fresh here and not frozen?
Yeah.
Like everything's in the fridge.
Big time.
We only have like one aisle of freezer.
It's really weird going into like Sainsbury's, which for those in the UK, it's like your local 7-Eleven. The Sainsbury's, just hold on. It's just like a one-stop late shop.
Don't do that to Sainsbury's.
But to go in there and see the sandwiches in the fridge, it's weird knowing that they're like made that day and boxed and
They're probably made the day before, but yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not that day, but
Like they're not long life.
no. It's all just
They
like
would go moldy.
it's all just like they took a loaf of bread and they made a sandwich out of it and put it in the fridge.
Whereas a 7-Eleven sandwich would not be. It would be
shipped from
It would probably
Brazil.
still look the same in a week's time.
But like they have a bakery in there too.
Yeah, like
That
fresh
stuff would be all
bakeries.
fresh. Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what? The thing is, that's what I really liked. I really liked Trader Joe's in the US because they were really cautious. They didn't do like food dyes and all the X, Y, Z. So we shopped a lot at Trader Joe's, but they didn't have a bakery. Everywhere here in the UK has bakery.
That's true.
And that's saying something because in mainland Europe, bakeries are everywhere. But like the UK loves a bakery. We love a cafe, we love a bakery. We have a lot more what they call third places, like cafes, bakeries, things like that.
The prepared foods fridge section.
Like a Boots meal deal.
Not
Like
even-
you can get a drink, you can get a packet of crisps, and you can get
No,
a
I mean
sandwich.
like Sainsbury's, M&S, Waitrose. They all
Like
have
microwave
several
food.
aisles that are just like you have to
Prepared
you can
fresh
buy it,
food.
but it's for eating that day. That's I think
British
it's great.
people are going to be like, did you not have that? In the US, so we had like Trader Joe's, but everything was like frozen. I would say I really like Trader Joe's, but it's kind of like Iceland, but with a fruit and veg section.
It's not Trader Joe's specifically, but in America, there's much less. Like everything is either
Because everything's come from so far. Like your fruit,
Yeah.
your strawberries may have come from California, and we're over on the East Coast. Whereas here, everything's a lot more local because it's so big. Like
Yeah.
you drove to Scotland, which is literally another country, and it took you 7 hours. In America, 7 hours. You're driving within your state. It's a tricky one. It's a tough one for the US. Bit sad.
the fridge section's a tough one because it's not that we don't have fridges in the U.S. Obviously, we have places where we put our milk and all that stuff, but they have like and we do deli meats there and stuff, but they have like whole meals prepared in multiple aisles of those sections that they're planning to sell that day for people to cook that day.
Right, it's not frozen.
Yeah, which
because
is
everything will
not-
sell within
yeah.
like a couple of days where it's been put down.
Yeah.
Like you can buy like a fridge beef Wellington, knowing that someone would buy in the US that same beef Wellington would be frozen in the US because it's probably come from further, and they don't know if it's going to sell.
In most cases.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure.
I'm just saying, we don't want to get all the haters.
In the Midwest, the Midwesterners really come hard with me, always. The Midwesterners like, at my local farm shop, it's like, that's great, babes, but no one else is doing, not many places are farm shopping, you know? People are going to Walmart, they're going to Trader Joe's. What did we have? Stop and Shop. Oh God, that place was randomly really expensive. Okay, do you like the weather here?
I talked about that while you were upstairs.
Oh, you really like the weather, okay. Okay, driving in the UK, thoughts and feelings. I feel like we already kind of did that.
Covered that.
But you...
I got a fucking bone to pick, actually.
Carl's going to need some driving lessons in order to pass your test. Because
pass
when
my
I
test,
did my
right.
test in the US, it was literally 5 minutes. I drove around the building. So like the building was here, I drove like out and I drove around the building. It was a 5-minute test. And I said to the woman, oh my gosh, was this just short because I've like had my license for 16, 17 years? And she was like, no ma'am, this is the test. And I was like, goodness gracious. In the UK, it's like 45 minutes.
There are
A lot of speed cameras here.
There are more speed cameras here, full stop.
You used to get angry when we lived in Boston. You would get angry if someone was not speeding.
Yeah, if the speed limit is 65, you're going minimum 70.
I remember when I moved to the US, you went, if it's 65, you go 75. If it's 35, you go 45. You're like, you go
No,
10,
35, you go 40.
You always said to me, you were like, you go 10 over.
Depends. It depends.
Everyone speeds in the US. Our roads are,
Yes.
our small roads are slower because everyone goes the speed, but our motorways are faster, but they are able to be faster because we only overtake. In the US, on the motorway, you're all overtaking, you're all going mad. In the UK, you can only overtake on the hotline, unless someone's being an absolute bozo in the middle lane, but like everyone overtakes. With that, it is a faster system to get everyone out.
Is these average speed checks?
I agree.
What is the point? I'm on the M25.
I agree.
The variable speed limit, which
Do you know
variable speed limits are
that
interesting.
happened? They made that road, the hard shoulder being a lane, and then they realised, oh my God, that's so dangerous not to have a hard shoulder. So that took 10 years to do. And then they realised, oh my God, actually it's not safe not to have a hard shoulder. So now they've changed their mind and they're having to completely redo it. So now it's all 50 miles an hour average speed limit. There's also down by my gym, average speed limit for a 30-mile-an-hour road.
And then all of a sudden you hit an average speed check zone of 50, and everybody has to go 49 miles an hour.
That's because they fucked up the M25.
For 5 miles.
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's horrendous.
what?
Actually, if you go
what is
underneath the
fucking
M25,
point?
it's 40 miles.
I hate it.
Okay, are you finding it hard to what are you finding it hard to adjust to, apart from the driving? Clearly, nothing. I think you're doing quite well, to be honest. There's not much that different.
No, it's really not that. I mean, I'm not working right now, which is weird. And I think when I start working,
Can't wait for you to start work.
same. My commute to London.
It's going to be hard.
Would be longer, but I don't actually know how much I'll have to go in or whatever. It's all like, I haven't adjusted yet, is what I should say, because I've basically been on vacation the whole time I've been here.
Yeah, like
when I have a job,
haven't started real life.
When
yet.
I have a full-time job and a schedule, then the adjustments will show up.
Kyle's still technically on paternity leave. Are the kids happy? Have they adjusted well?
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids are really happy. Actually, I said
Moving on. Yeah.
I said to Sophie, "Do you want to go back to America?" And she like panicked and said, we don't have to move back, do we?" Why do you say moving on?
Because the answer is just yes. They're happy.
I think the kids are really, really happy here.
In a good, I'm saying like.
Oh.
In a good way, I'm saying like the kids are wildly happy here.
Yeah.
So we can just the whole answer to that question is yes.
Yeah, like the kids they have a much better quality of life here. Finish up with.
Oh God.
Was it the right decision to move to England? Why are you laughing?
Oh God.
Because obviously I dragged you here.
Yeah. Did you guys not see the thing attached to my ankle?
You literally said earlier that you don't leave the house.
I don't leave the house that much, but I'm not working yet. I have no reason to, and I'm a homebody. I don't want to be going lots of places. I don't want to leave the house. It was the right decision for us. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was categorically the right decision. Oh my God, we're missing so much. Oh no, we haven't missed that much. It's Strictly Come Dancing. It's Saturday night. Kyle's not.
Gonna watch it.
He's not into it. Missy's farted. He's not that into it, but like me and my mum are big Strictly. My mum literally, she's away this weekend, and the first thing she said was, I hope they want to watch Strictly. And my mum, when it started last week, she went, well, that's my Saturday nights up until Christmas now. I won't be going out. What did you think about the food? We haven't eaten. To be honest, I've eaten quite a lot. What would you give it out of 10? I actually think this is quite a good place. This is in Hersham.
I mean, the food's very. I would give it a. I mean, is 10 like the best restaurant I've ever had?
I mean, we've been to some nice restaurants, and like for a takeaway.
Oh, for a takeaway, I'd give this probably like
do you know what I miss?
7, 8. What?
I really miss that place in Quincy that did like Chinese food but with Japanese food and like it was like just Asian. What was it called?
Fuji at Walk.
Fuji at Walk. That place was.
Yeah, that place was.
They were
dynamite.
legends.
Yeah, ledge, mate.
They were scenes.
Yeah.
Scenes.
That place was scenes.
Carl's actually going back to America in a few weeks, and there are a few things he'll be coming back with him.
He'll be bringing it back.
What do you think the number one is?
Olay body
Retinol
wash.
body wash.
That's number one.
So
I bet
good.
number 2 is melatonin.
Melatonin, and actually one of Sophie's school friends' mums has asked me if Carl could get her melatonin. So melatonin from the school mums. Actually, I gave my mum's friend a bottle of melatonin as well.
You know, I didn't
Yeah.
know we
Well,
were
we brought a
running a
lot
fucking
over.
charity here, but okay. I'm going to be coming back with 4 things. Olay, retinol, melatonin, ranch dressing, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah, sauce. We have a lot of cough drops already. So cough drops in the US are really good. They like numb your whole head and your whole neck. They like numb your whole body. Whereas in the UK, it's just like a bit of like mint.
Anybody, I want to go back to the question before. Anybody considering this move?
Don't lean on the sink. I don't want suddenly the sink to like fall through and we have
that
to pay
wouldn't
for
be
it. That would
ideal.
be really bad.
Anybody considering this move, if your number one priority is anything other than like climbing the American corporate ladder to make every last dollar,
Which is what's that life?
it's a good move.
Yeah. Does it make you be, when you're here, does it make you think like, shit, something's like, should change there? In terms of like the working horse of the US? The whole mentality of just working.
I just think it's weird. It has become apparent to me how strange it is, like how cutthroat and ruthless corporate America is.
It's wild.
The
I remember when my
stuff
brother-
about vacation and sick
Vacation's
days
wild.
and
My brother was a junior lawyer and he was like, yeah, I'm just going to go to climb Kilimanjaro. And Kai was like, oh my God, he's a junior lawyer. Like, if you were a junior lawyer in the US, you would be working. You would never take like 2 weeks off to go and climb a mountain.
it just feels like there's a lot more pressure. In
A
the
lot of
US.
pressure in the US.
But
Oh, August is like a tough month in the UK for corporate London.
Europe, not just
Europe.
the UK.
Like, even for me in my work in like social media, my manager's just like, yeah, we've just gotten out of the office email saying they'll be back in September. Goodbye, guys, from the Whispering Angel. And what were you drinking?
Jack Daniels.
Just straight Jack Daniels.
No, had ice. Melted. Yours was straight wine with ice.
There's a percentage difference. Adios, amigos. We'll see you next time. Maybe we should do another one.
This
where we
is going to
talk
be an
about
absolute bitch for you to
edit. It's
edit.
going to be really annoying. I'm going to be doing this for days. I am actually getting an editor because she doesn't actually email me back. She's taken the week off because she lives in Portugal. She's taken the week off.
They take more weeks off than they do on.
Anyway, I hope she comes back because I really liked her editing style. Goodbye, guys.
What should we do? What are we going to do next time?
Oh, I thought we could do like parenting. People are always wondering about our parenting.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
our kids seem
parenting's
so
a good one.
happy. Which is such
Parenting's
a
a good
compliment. Right, make sure you keep the Tupperware because mum will want it. Oh
Or
my God,
you
this
just-
is a round one. I bet that's good for like crackers.